Hello, Infinite Creator. I have a prediction I want to share with you today. And if you stick around to the end, some information about an amazing free liberation event that I'm teaching starting November 3rd. And my prediction and the things I'm going to share with you in this brief talk today is about this, that on November 3rd, Monday, going through Friday, November 7th, I'm sharing the surrender sessions. It's a 5-day journey, a free liberation event. And by day 2 or 3, this is my prediction, about half the folks who've signed up will have left. And you might be thinking, well, that's kind of odd, Kathryn. Why? Well, it won't be because these folks don't want change. And it won't be because they're not genuinely curious about approaching personal freedom from the oneness model that I talk about and share about in a really grounded way. And it certainly won't be because this unlearning event has the capacity to shift your consciousness forever, because it really does have the ability and the capacity to shift your consciousness forever. Yes, that's not some lofty claim. But it will be due to at least one, if not all of these reasons. So stick around for these 3, because you might be thinking this right now. If you are considering that the reality that you're living is not your ideal, preferred, desired reality, and you want to experience a radical shift of that, then you're going to want to listen up right here, right now. And then you're going to want to sign up for the 5-day liberation event. That's going to be in the description and in the comments of this video. And you can sign up for free. There's an option to get lifetime access to the replays. And you're going to want that, because these calls you're going to want to listen to on repeat over and over again. Because every time you listen, every time you play full out with what I share, you will experience another shift, another expansion. So why will people sign up for this 5-day journey and then leave? Probably about after day 2, we're going to lose about half the people in here. Well, it'll be due to at least one, if not all of these reasons. Number 1, to experience a shift in life that feels total, okay, that's all encompassing, there needs to be a radical inner shift, because all reality begins within. And that radical inner shift means putting 100% total attention. If you want a total shift, that means putting 100% total attention on returning to presence. Presence and your experience of being in the stillness is the only way to interface with your true settings, who you were before the world got its hands on you. And it's not about staying in presence. You're not a yogi living on a mountaintop. I get that. You get that. But about returning to presence often. Many people dismiss this idea as maybe too nebulous, too hard, or maybe it's too trivial or too simple to actually create the change that they want to see. So they dismiss it outright and just don't do it. But you're missing out on, here's the oneness perspective on that. You are missing out on being in communion with all that which you are. Because yes, you are the one. You are all. You are all that is, and all that is now. And when you allow yourself to immerse and have communion with the infinite now, you come into direct contact with all that is in the now. And you can't help but see reality differently when you are in the presence of that. It's not about maintaining this all the time and tuning out or bypassing what you call outer reality. It's about when you are triggered, let's just say, feel challenged with normal, everyday, gritty reality. Before you react, you return to presence so that you can respond. Number 2, people will leave this workshop if not for that first idea I put forth, but maybe for this one. There's a misperception by most people that you are an effect of this reality. You're made and conditioned by this reality. When in truth, you are 100% the infinite creator using your imagination to create this reality. All of it. All of it. This idea costs you your victimhood. And since you can't live in the flourishing wisdom of the oneness model, where everything you desire is already here, already now, and be a victim of the world at the same time, this consciousness shift seems too outrageous. It's too bold. It's too complicated. So most people dismiss this concept of lived in oneness as some lofty idea that can't really happen. It's too complicated. It implies too many things. It implies me letting go of the third thing I'm going to talk about here. And I just don't want to do that. So I'll stay right where I am. And I've worked with many people where I've encountered this. I've been doing this work for a quarter of a century, people. So I've seen this, not only in the people that I work with, in myself. And this idea of, yeah, unity consciousness sounds great on paper, but we can't possibly live this. Not only can we live this, I'm living this. The women I work with live in this. This lived in oneness model is now, if you choose it, if you choose it, if you choose it. And if you don't, you decide to stay right where you are. You can't live in both worlds and be double-minded about this. You're either giving up your victim mentality completely and living in the oneness model, or you aren't. There's no gray area here. And on a non-conscious level, maybe, a lot of people realize that when this information is brought to light in their consciousness, and they don't like it very much. And the third thing, most, if not all of your suffering in this life is sourced in what you believe you know. Because the more you know, the more you create limits on what's possible. The more you believe that you know something. Now, there's something deep implied in that. Sometimes we think we know stuff. Sometimes we believe we know stuff. But do we actually really know it? Because part of the belief comes from a system of conditioning and programming to believe you know something. But the more there is of that, the more you have prior constraints to expansion. Because in truth, the only limitation that exists is in what you've conditioned yourself to think, believe, or know is possible. Surrender that, and you unmake it in your imagination, and thereby restoring creative liberation to yourself, radical personal freedom. So over 5 days, I'll help you move from what I call the 1.0 version of you, the one who might be languishing in lack and victim mentality, believing that your prosperity, your peace is at the mercy of outer conditions, people, situations, systems. And into the 2.0, where your pristine settings of power, peace, and purpose, where you're no longer leaking prosperity to an outdated identity and belief that there's a system or a person or a situation fleecing your abundance from you, we'll restore that. If you're willing to play full out with this 5-day journey. Surrender is the quickest path to clarity. Surrender is the quickest path to freedom. It's the most courageous way to create. And this is what is on offer in surrender sessions. I'm not teaching you anything in this event. I want to be very clear about that. We're spending 5 days unlearning old conditioning together. We're spending 5 days remembering creative power together. And I hope to see you there. And I hope you'll stay with the 5 days and stick it out with me. Even when it challenges you, even when you feel like it's triggering the fuck out of you, I promise if you stick around, it'll be worth it. It's free to attend live. You have the option to join with lifetime access to the replays. You'll want that. You'll want to listen to these over and over again. The link to join us is in the comments. It's also in the description of this video. I can't wait to see you there. Bye for now.